We out here.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah, look.
look, look, listen, taste, feel. We're here to fuck with all your senses.
That's right, because we don't have any.
Because we ain't got no fucking sense. Well, look who's fucking back.
Yep, after a long absence, apparently we had to fight our way out of a prison with a roll of duct tape and a paper clip or some
We
shit.
did it. They can't kill us.
Those were good times. I tell you. Yeah, all three of us have had some, like, personal life drama over the last couple months. I think Adam actually kind of started it, and mine.
Yeah, I was doing it before it was cool.
You were, yeah, you really were, and then mine exploded, and then Doug had some issues. A couple months ago, I guess, I experienced what most people would refer to as a nervous breakdown. My anxiety shot through the roof. I started having panic attacks again after 25 years. Wound up in an emergency room. Had horrible fucking intrusive thoughts that I'm not going to go into too much detail about. It has sucked. I am on medication. I'm on Effexor, and I have Xanax for if it gets out of control. But I've been doing a lot better. But I think that was actually why we kind of quit doing the podcast, though, is I couldn't focus on anything for more than a couple of minutes without the anxiety kind of kicking my ass. As a matter of fact, it was a Friday that Doug took me to the emergency room because we were supposed to do the podcast that day. And just before the podcast, it hit, and I just couldn't. The idea of sitting still and talking and thinking fucking pulled my trigger, and I hit Doug up and was like, man, I need to go to the emergency room. And if anyone has ever dealt with anxiety issues, medical facilities are 50-50 on how they deal with it. Some of them, that particular experience for me, like one of the nurses was very dismissive, almost annoyed. The doctor was aloof. He couldn't give a shit. There was what do they call those, physician's assistants? And she was actually really cool. She was very attentive and sympathetic and asking me questions like she actually gave a fuck. But I've got an awesome psychiatrist and an awesome therapist. I have great friends, and it's been a trip, man. I'm not. I wouldn't wish it on anybody, but it's been weird. But here we are, being us again.
We out here.
Yes, playa. Yes, we out here. If either one of you would like to share your odd life drama, feel free.
Nope.
I knew that was coming when I asked. I was like, yeah, you're just lobbing that one up there, Dan.
Yeah, I have a geriatric diabetic dog now, and my wallet is about $17,000 lighter.
Brother, I have been there. So I think 15 was the most. I think we dropped 15 on the German Shepherd that we had, and she wound up not making it. So I was really rooting for Shadow, man. So sounds like he's getting there.
Yeah, he's old and he's got other shit wrong with him. He's got a fucked up eye mass on one side that's just swelling, and he's getting around a lot better now. But he's my damn little fuzzy buddy, and this is his old dog. This is his big shot.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Trying to give him that last good year or two, and
it's fucking tough, man. It's tough.
It is.
You never know what the right decision is when you're dealing with health issues and pets, and one of the things that I know I did back in the day was I drugged the dogs out for me and not for them, and that sounds, kind of sounds horrible when you look back at it, but you don't realize you're doing it. You don't, like you said, he's your fuzzy buddy and you don't want to let that go. You're going to miss him and you don't want to, the struggle is, do I make that call and then wonder if there was anything I could do, or do I drag it out and then wonder if I drug it out? When Parker, my dog, about a year and a half ago, I had to put him down, and I say it was easier. What I mean by that is not emotionally like easier to put my dog down, but the decision, because he had had spine issues a couple years prior and they resurfaced. And yeah, he's 10, 11 years old, and his spine was basically falling apart on him. So I knew what I had to do. Doesn't make it any easier, but the situation you're in is super fucking tough because you don't, you're going to wonder either way you go, you know?
Yeah, I mean, to give everybody the idea, the headspace that I was in the night before he went into the veterinary hospital, he started throwing up like every 10, 15 minutes. It was frothy at first, and then eventually it was this clear liquid with little brown flecks of shit in it. And he didn't stop until the point where he started to lose mobility because he was severely dehydrated.
Okay.
Took him to the emergency room, and while he's at the emergency room, he had barfed so much in the house that I was sitting there running a carpet shampooer, crying my damn eyeballs out. So,
Yeah.
it happens.
Yeah, right. Because you're like, this is it. I'm done. Right.
Damn.
This is the last day I'm going to have my dog. And I have been there, man. I actually just got back from Uray. I did a little vacation there, and Adam was watching the cat, which I would like to go on record as saying I super, super fucking appreciate that.
She's not that needy.
Well, cats usually aren't, right?
She's like, hey, and I'm like, hey, and then she yelled at me, and I was like, I know you want to be pet, and then I pet her, and then I gave her fresh water, and then I went home.
And to be honest, most cats don't even need that much, but she's 18 and blind as a fucking bat. So I was worried about her. And Adam, I was telling him, I said, man, listen, this is going to sound really morbid. I said, but the biggest thing here is that she's 18 and I do not want to be up in the mountains and come home to a 2-day old dead cat. Right. And again, that sounds terrible, but anybody who's ever had an old cat or dog understands that it can happen. It's just part of its reality. And Adam's like, no, man, it's cool. I understand. He and I go for walks and stuff, and he walks every day. And I was like, yeah, I'll just swing by. I said, okay, really appreciate it. And then he stops, he looks at me, he goes, wait a minute. What do I do if she does die?
I wanted to have a plan.
Yeah, because he's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And then it clicked, like, whoa, hold the fuck up. I might come in here to a dead cat. And I'm like, yeah, that's how I played this out. He's like, what the fuck do I do? I said, just like wrap her in a towel, take her to a vet, explain you were watching her for me and that she passed, and that I will call them and make arrangements. He's like, oh, okay, cool. But yeah, she did really well. And when I got home last night, buddy, she let me have it. So
she was missing you, dude.
Yeah, she was
screaming, and I was like, yeah, he's not here. I'm all you got.
I'm all you got now, bitch. Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
She yelled at me and then wanted up on the couch and just laid on me the rest of the night. I sat and watched Jurassic Park Dominion.
She would just stop directly in front of the couch.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, she's just blind. She doesn't know where she's at. Uh-huh. And then I was like, oh, I think she wants on the couch.
Uh-huh.
And then I put her on the couch, and she rumbled a lot. And I was like, okay, that's what she wanted.
Right, yeah. That motor gets to going, man. She's a very heavy purr cat. She always had mobility. She was always very spry until the last couple of years. So she can't get up on the couch or the bed or anything anymore. But that's what she does. She comes to the base of it and yells at you until you pick her up and put her on whatever.
Well, the good thing is she didn't mind me picking. I was like afraid I was gonna hurt her or something picking her up, and I was like, fuck it. I'll try it, and then if you yell, I'll just put you back down.
If you yell or try to eat me. Yeah, no, she's pretty good about that. She doesn't like to be carried. Although,
Yeah.
buddy of mine, his girlfriend, when I had my surgery, they came down to drop off some food. And it was actually Greg and Belinda. And Belinda saw her and was just like, "Woo, kitty!" and ran over and picked her up. And that fucking cat just purred, didn't fight her, didn't like she'll start writhing around like, ugh, I don't want to be picked up. I get it. Never fucking moved. That's the first time I've ever seen that. So
She's the cat whisperer.
that's what I was thinking. She's a cat whisperer, dude. I've got a video. I don't have it handy, but you said that my when we were camping, my buddy's daughter, we were at a KOA up there, and we heard something on the hill, and it says deer, and she's just zigzagging down the hill, and she comes up, and she's right at the edge of camp, and my buddy's daughter, I think she's like 8 or 9. Got down on all fours and was like making noises, and this fucking deer just starts coming out of the woods straight towards her.
It's kind of
And we're both
scary.
like, yeah, no. And then another buddy of ours was working on a friend's truck and started beating on something, and the deer took off. But I legit believe this deer was going to roll right up on her. And
Yeah.
I kept calling her the deer whisperer. I was like, all right. So but they're all the animals, right in there, kind of
Tame.
domesticated. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's one in town that they call Marvin. He like got hit by a car or something, so he's got a limp, but he chills around in Uray, eating grass up there. So that was a really neat experience. I did stay in a camper, so I was only half homeless, as Doug would say.
Half homeless.
Paying what do you call it, Doug? Camping, paying a lot of money to pretend to be homeless.
Yeah, it's paying
Yeah.
good money to pretend to be homeless.
Yeah, and the thing is he's not wrong. Like I can't even give him shit because he's not wrong about it. And I started feeling it after a couple of days. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
speaking of homeless, my usual walking route has the
Oh
beginnings. I'm about. Never mind. It has the beginnings of a camp now.
are you
And
shitting me?
yeah, under the bridge.
That's been happening a lot more around here lately. There was
Yeah.
there's like a odd little back road that's butts up against the apartment complex, which I don't know what it used to lead to, what it was used for, anything. But it's got a retaining wall on one
Oh, I know what
side
you're
and
talking
a
about. Yeah.
privacy fence on the other.
Oh, I
And
know
I
what
used
you're
to find
talking about
heroin
too.
needles back there all the time.
yeah,
Wow.
and it's like it'll set up there periodically, and what do you do?
Well, that's weird because the spot that Adam's talking about, I'm familiar with, and it connects to this park that they're doing a ton of work to. There's a lot of earth moving machines, and they're just completely renovating it. And it leads to some high dollar condos that sit over here by our complex. So
Well, that's why people are homeless, Dan, because they jack
yeah,
the housing prices up.
right, exactly. So I'm kind of shocked that nobody from like the condos or those $1 million homes on the other side of the park haven't complained or
Well,
said something.
I would be walking and I would see like a 7-Eleven nacho container,
Mm-hmm.
and then I would see like a pillow, and then I would
Mm-hmm.
see some shoe, and it's like they just kept adding on to their fucking collection of stuff.
I remember seeing some shoes and stuff, and we were
Yeah.
kind of joking about it was weird, but we didn't think much of it. So that would
Well, finally, there's a man laying there.
now there's a human being there.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck, man? I'm not walking under this bridge.
That was
This random dude laying down.
they typically don't fuck with anybody, but I will say that was one of the reasons I quit walking to work when we were
Yeah.
on the night shift or the afternoon shift, was because some of these dudes, some of them are just whatever, and then some of them obviously have some mental issues, and they're the ones that they can get a little bit like the ones that'll start getting agitated and weird for no reason. They're like,
Yeah.
hey, hey, and you're like, oh, hey, and They're like, yeah, no, fuck you and stuff. And you're like, oh shit, here we go.
It's like regular bums versus like Florida homeless people.
There you go. Right. Yeah. Florida man. And I'm not necessarily afraid of them as much as it's just, I don't want the complication or confrontation. Um, if I can avoid it,
Yeah, it's a giant hassle to have to beat the shit out of a homeless guy and then wait for the cops to come and then
I'm just saying.
explain.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're not fucking
Just
wrong.
such a pain in the ass. Just go away.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, I just don't want to deal with the hassle. And I don't like fighting and I don't like hurting people, even if
No.
they deserve it. Like, I legit do not like hurting people. That's not, I've had to do it. I've had to defend myself. And even afterwards, I have legit felt bad about it. I'm not one of those assholes that goes around fucking
Looking for a fight.
No. So, although I did get into, I don't know if I call it a fight, but I got into it with a guy in Telluride. I was heading up to a trail, and it's really weird. It's a big trail. It's Imogene, and it's one of the most popular trails out there. But the entrance is like buried in this small town. You just go up this hill, and it's like these old 100-year-old houses, and then an alley that turns into like one of the most popular trails ever. And I'm going up and I see this brown dog on the side of the road. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. Not on a leash or anything. So I'm watching him and I start to crawl by him. And these two hikers walk out in front of me and I stop and they go past and I start to go. And the guy yells and hits my Jeep. And he's like, watch what the fuck you're doing. I'm like, what? And I see the dog. The dog belonged to them. He's like, you almost ran over my fucking dog. I said, well, dude, put him on a fucking leash, dude. And the guy's like, fuck you, and just like tripping out on me. And I'm thinking, how fucking entitled do you have to be walking around with your dog off leash in town and then get mad because it runs out in front of a vehicle that was crawling and didn't see it? And so, yes, I had words for this gentleman. I also had some words for some guys up on the trail that were being complete fucking douchebags. The group that I was with have never seen that side of me, and so they were a little shocked at my behavior on the trail. Because I said, if you're in such a big fucking hurry, just go. And then I walked back, and this other dude was talking shit. And I was like, fuck you, just get the fuck out of here. One of the guys is like, Dan, whoa, easy. No, you should probably see this. And then I'm joking about it 10 minutes later. My friend Kara's like, breathe. I'm like, she's like, it's not going to do you any good to get mad at these people. I'm like, oh, that's where you're wrong, because it makes me feel a lot better. Doug knows. Doug has known me for about 10 years, and I have calmed way the fuck down. But
Yeah.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah, I've told you the story of why I left the county that I lived in. I mean, so I had a temper issue.
You've tempered it.
I have tempered it. That's what I was trying to swallow so I could say that.
Tempered my temper.
We hang out way too fucking much, dude.
I have tempered. You want to go walking later?
Actually, no. I got shit I got to do tonight.
Damn.
I'm probably down tomorrow. I've been living on fucking carbohydrates and Coke and Red Bull for
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man.
Of course. Yeah.
Yes, officer. Why?
The snow-capped mountains of Coca-Cola and stuff. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, the polar bear on the package.
I think deep down you don't want to walk. You just want me to tongue punch your fart box.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I figured that's what it was. There you go, Doug. There's mine.
There you go. I was waiting to bust it out. I couldn't be first.
I don't even remember
first to say tongue punch in the fart box.
I said that to Doug a couple of weeks ago, and he was like, "That's awesome. That we have to say that on the podcast." I don't even remember where the fuck I heard that.
And now, see, this is where the whole thing is going to shift. See, you guys got first gear at the very beginning.
We did.
And now we just hit second, and we're going to floor this bitch. That's
now,
all.
Now we're in top gear.
We're going to floor this like a tongue punch in the fart box. And I know that doesn't even go together. I don't even care.
We don't.
It does now.
It's our podcast. We can do what we want.
Yeah.
So, and all three people that are listening to it, they don't care. Then, I mean,
so
Like a tongue punch in their fart box.
There you go. We could give out free fart box tongue punches. We could start a website and we could give them out for free. I like that idea.
I want to sell them. Why don't we give them out for free?
Because, man, just do what you love, right? Just do what you love, and
And the money will come.
it'll all
If
come
you
back
give it
to
out
you.
for free. I don't
Yeah.
think that's how the saying goes.
I'm
Well,
pretty sure
Dan,
I think that's just basic economics, Adam.
since you're the t-shirt guy, why don't we get some shirts made and then on the front just put tongue punch and on the back put in the fart box.
So I've got a buddy that I bet would probably buy one of those because on the way home yesterday, he had a shirt that said, "Show me that butthole."
God.
So and I was like, all right, yeah. So he would probably love that actually.
I like it. Very
Tongue
forward.
punch. Right. I mean, let's just well look, it's like it's one of those things you wear it and sure you're gonna disgust a lot of people but you never know and you might run across that chick that's like, fuck yeah, check that out, and now you have something in common. You both like buttholes.
If it works 1 in 100 times, then it works.
Then it works, right? 60% of the time, it works every time. So, I mean, I always assume that when people do stupid shit like spammers and catfishing, it's like I've been getting a bunch of text messages lately from random numbers that just say "Hey" and shit like that, And I'm like, fuck off, fuck off, fuck off.
I get like just random links
Oh yeah, I get
a
those
lot.
too.
And they'll send them to 20 numbers at a time, and I'll be
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
And then someone will respond because
Mhm.
my phone number is still in the area code where the
Mhm.
middle of the fucking Bible Belt is.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't know how technology works.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, "Who is this? Stop texting me random stuff." And then they start arguing with each other
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and
It
threatening
becomes
to
it's
come
like
over to
somebody
someone's house and whoop their ass.
right, stomp a mud hole in their ass.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Yep. That's I call that a dick grenade. Somebody pulls the pin on a dick grenade, throws it in the room, and it just fucks everything up.
Oh, I like that. I actually I do that a lot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start using that term.
Dick grenade.
Yeah, I like that because you've seen me do that.
Oh, I have actually. Yeah, that might
I'm
be
like-
when you came up with it.
I'll be like, "Hey guys, abortion," and then I'll just leave.
Right, exactly. Just walk the fuck away. Yeah, I call that a dick grenade because it just fucks everything.
I like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I get those random ones. But here's the thing: is that if somebody, I believe you have to reward that there has to be a reward for behavior in order for someone to continue to maintain that behavior, right? It's like when you're training a dog or something. So if that kind of shit works, or if people keep doing that kind of shit, or walking up to chicks and be like, "Hey, want to fuck?" It's because at some point, like you said, 1 out of 100, it has worked. They've gotten
Yeah.
that little dopamine rush and been like, "Fuck yeah, it works." So, who's really at fault here?
That's true. But that just means that the reward to them is better than the shame they feel from when it fails 107 times.
But there are definitely people out there like that just don't seem to calculate that into the equation at all.
They're like, "Shame? What's that?"
Yeah, they're called sociopaths and psychopaths.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
their success rate may be low, but if you attempt on everything,
Uh-huh.
you eventually hit it. It's a
Yeah.
numbers
Yes.
game.
Yeah, and
Yeah, if you buy every lotto ticket, you'll hit the lotto.
yeah, and that's how they see it is that win outweighs all of the losses, and that's how it's kind of like how gambling addicts are born. I lost
I
$8,000.
won.
Right, I won $100 after losing 8,000.
Worth it. I won.
Worth it. Right, exactly, worth it. I've never been that guy. What's the sunken cost fallacy? Where when someone says, "Well, I've already spent $1,000, I might as well spend this extra 800 and get it done," or whatever.
I can't stop now. I've already lost $1,000.
Right. I've never quite been like that. I mean, I have with some things, but most things I go, "Dude, I've already lost $1,000 on this motherfucker. I'm getting rid of it," or I'm done, or I'm moving forward, whatever.
I took my mom to the casino when she was in town last.
Mm-hmm.
She did not like that.
Why is that?
She was like, "Let's go to the casino. Let's go to the casino." And I was like, "Okay." So we went, and then she lost money, and then she's like, "Fuck this." I'm like, "Well, yeah, they don't stay in business by handing out money."
Honestly, anytime I go to the casino, it's for the damn food. Because they usually have decent restaurants in them. I will ride my motorcycle out to one of them and then have lunch and then drive my happy ass back. And
It's
it
true.
Yeah,
might
it's
be
not bad.
about
The
20
buffets are
bucks or
pretty
something.
good.
That's what
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
did. We rode up there and hit the buffet, and I mean, yeah, for $20 or whatever it was, it. I was satisfied with the food. So, and I was bloated when I left and get on the bike, like, oh god,
Trying to balance your bike.
right? Yeah, exactly. And I just gotta. Why are you cranking the suspension up before we leave, Dan? I don't want to do it after I eat. So
Yeah, you don't want to bend too hard in a corner and you let that
bend
fart
over,
out on the seat.
bend over with a full belly of fucking Salisbury steak, right? Dude, we were all bad this week, fucking camping. I don't think any of us tried to even begin to be couth. You'd just be standing there and be like, ugh, fucking barking spiders. So,
I always look behind me when I fart, so it looks like I didn't do it. I'm like, "What was
like,
that?"
what the fuck was that? And blame it on the marmots. So,
Well, I've been
it's really
eating
just
bean
mountain
soup for the
groundhogs.
last 2 days. Bean
Beans.
soup the last 2 days. I've got like 5,000% of my fiber intake. That's all I'm saying.
You can actually hear the bulldozer backing up in your intestines. I had those mountain. They're called Mountain House, and they're these dehydrated meals based on
Yes.
REI, and they're kind of expensive, but I like them out on the trails and shit because they're super easy, and it's better than like a sandwich or something. And the last night we were there, everyone was kind of running low on food, but nobody felt like going into town. So they were just kind of like scrounging ramen noodles and stuff. And I said, "Hey, hold on, I got a bunch of these meals." I said, "You guys are more than welcome to them." And I ate the chili mac. And I got to tell you, dude, the chili mac is fucking fire. The chili mac, the breakfast scramble, and the lasagna are legit good. Like they are good. But and it says it's one serving, but I swear to God, you can feed 2 or 3 people off this thing. And I ate it, and the next day I was gagging myself. So I'm glad that we were packed up because we're driving home, and I'm like, oh God, oh, something died. There's something dead in my knee. Oh God. Um,
I stocked up on some Mountain House when the pandemic started. I wasn't sure what kind of supply chain problems were going to happen.
sure.
So,
Yeah, I had looked into those. They're like the what do they call them? Like Patriot meals, Freedom Fiber, and stuff
yeah,
like that.
America bars.
America bars, and I wanted them again just for the trails. Like
Yeah.
$200, you get fucking 3 months worth of food. And when you're just taking it out on trails, I can make it last a year. As the pandemic hit, those things doubled and tripled in price.
Hmm.
And so, suffice to say, I did not ever wind up buying any, but I may at some point. Yeah,
The fucking America meal.
I was, yeah, I was actually, I was wrapping up my last day at work before my vacation, and I hit up the other manager and I said, "Hey, man, I'm going to run an errand real quick. I need to run up to REI or whatever." And he's like, "Yeah, go ahead. I got it." I hadn't taken lunch anyway, so just kind of burning it as my lunch. On my way there, someone calls and requests my presence on a conference call. So I'm like, "Yeah, that's fine. No big deal." So I'm in REI and I'm on the conference call, and I really didn't need to be there. It was everything was handled and settled, and everyone was just sort of chit chatting, honestly. But I was waiting for the call to be done before I walked up to the counter because I'm not that douchebag that walks up to a counter like, yeah. So that's what like buy sell. Yeah. What? Excuse me. Hold on. So anyway, yeah. I'm not that
Yeah,
guy.
ma'am, hold on. It's like the cashier's inconveniencing you from your phone
Yeah,
call.
exactly. While you're on this conference call, so I'm just meandering around. Let me explain something to you. Meandering around in REI right before you're going camping is both dangerous and fucking stupid.
It's like grocery shopping when you're hungry.
Dude, I bought so much ignorant shit. I got
You're
some
like, oh,
neat
I'm
shit.
definitely gonna need this. I'm definitely
Oh,
gonna need this.
dude. Oh, so much. And most of it I didn't fucking
I'm gonna need
touch.
this emergency flare.
Right.
Who
Exactly.
knows? Who knows? I might need it.
Panda bullets. I mean, I don't know why they're different, but yeah, I'm going to need a case of those.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Emergency flares during a drought in the desert. What could go wrong?
So the thing is, man, though, I mean, you're right, but Uray is nothing like it is here. It's lush and green. It was wet because this is like their rain season. It rained every day. Um, Horrible storms at times. It was fucking awesome. Um, but yeah, it's totally different than it is here. You kind of cross a point, and um, like I said, it's lush and green. And I understand now why people that are like, "Oh, Colorado is so beautiful and everything," and then, "Oh, where have you been?" "Oh, Uray and Silverton and um, Montrose and all these areas, or Vale and everything." Yeah, get down south, like east of Denver, and just the surrounding area where, like, coming back, there are some spots that it reminds you that we do live in a desert. Like,
Yeah.
you look like you're in fucking Arizona or New Mexico. And was absolutely balls fucking hot. We started to call it hotter than Satan's asshole on Taco Tuesday.
Oh,
um,
nice.
or
There's
have you
layers.
what's the movie? Is it Riddick? The one where they're escaping the prison planet, and the sun, as the sun starts to come up, it just like boils off the top of the planet and turns it to ash. Um, that was what we were standing, the last morning we were there. We were fixing a friend's truck. Her water pump went out, and we started it the night before and decided, one guy's like, "I'm just going to finish this up in the morning." We were like, "Okay, cool." And we're standing there, and it would dip down, like deserts do, I guess. It dipped down to like 60 at night, and we're in a camper, but it was still kind of cold. And so the sun, I was standing there, and I was like, "Oh man, that sun kind of feels good." And I stopped, and I went, "Yeah, we got about 18 minutes before it fucking tries to kill all of us." And I shit you not, dude. About 20 minutes later, my buddy looks at me and goes, "Yeah, you were damn spot on, because you're just all the sun gets up over and you're just sweating. The fucking sun is wicked." But yeah, it just reminded me of that movie, because everything reminds me of a sci-fi movie.
And Dan, did
Mm,
you do any peyote while you were in the desert?
I
Because
did.
according to every movie that I ever watched in the '90s,
Oh, the 90s were good for that. Yeah.
that if you went to the desert, that's where everybody went to do peyote. Because apparently there's like some fucking peyote vending machine that's out
Not
in
a
the
lot of well,
desert
there's not a lot
somewhere.
of cactuses in the woods.
You
Yeah.
feed a lot of whatever into it, and then just get your peyote buttons, and then you go do your peyote button in the desert.
Well, I think, like Adam said, that's kind of where they are natively. And two, other than the elements, the heat and everything, you can't really get into too much trouble. As far as the desert goes, there's no cliffs to walk off. Well, I mean, there could be, but
Yeah,
if
I mean,
I was thinking
nobody's
about
ever
where you're
harmed themselves in the desert, huh?
at. No, but again, there's not much out there, so I guess you could just sit and
And
get lost in your
a
own
horse
mind.
with no name.
Yeah,
You know,
what was your horse's name, Dan? None of your goddamn business, Doug. He didn't have a name. No, no peyote for me. Like I said, just Effexor and Xanax to keep me from fucking being weird or
Pop a
whatever.
couple Xannies on them.
Up a
Yeah.
couple of Xannies. So no, I took very, very small amounts the last couple of days. And I think it was just being out, 6 hours, 7 hours from home, being with people. The one day I didn't even hit any trails. I just stuck around the camper all day. And one of my friends hit me up, and she said, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yeah, I am." And she goes, "Too much peopling?" And I was like, "Yep." So Adam and I were talking about it, and he's like, "That's pretty fucking cool," because we were just discussing the fact that, I'm an introvert, and I have that battery. When I'm around people, I'm a social sprinter, meaning I'm fucking life of the party, rah rah rah, let's go. I'm cracking jokes, whatever. But then I hit a point where I'm like, fuck everyone, even myself. I need to go recharge my batteries. And when you're around people all day, you don't. It's just harder to do. and it's nothing personal. But the group that I wheel with and hang out with, they're actually really good about that. But like I told Adam, I said, well, most people buy Jeeps and go camping because they too fucking hate people. So you just get some people together that pretty much hate everyone else, and hang out. So I mean, let's face it, the three of us aren't much different, right? You guys aren't much into camping, but we all equally fucking hate people. So that's one
Someone
of the
recently told me, I told them I was an introvert, and they were like, "That's hard to believe because you're so funny." And then I had to try to politely explain to them that interacting with them is unpleasant.
so I use humor to try and
I was like, I mean, yeah, I like you guys. It's just small doses. It's really hard to be nice about that. It's like
I know
this is draining me right now.
if a person doesn't understand, and I have had people get mad at me or think that I was like putting them down or something when I tried to explain it. So I've gotten to the point where I just stopped trying to explain it. And so it is kind of nice when I run across people. Now, I will say, after this last fucking event, the nervous breakdown or whatever, I have become a lot more candid. A friend of mine went through this a few years ago, and she and I talk a lot. And she said, I had to go through it. She said, but when I came out on the other side, I was a lot better off for it. And there are times where I feel like this is a test, um, about, it's really about, I've never really worried about myself or done things for myself. Everything that I tend to do, I do for other people. And over time, that will drain you, right? You start to feel like you're the only one doing anything for people. And no matter what other people do, you don't feel like it's like they're putting as much effort in as you are. And that's not true, and it's not healthy. It's part of the way I was raised. But the panic attacks and everything made me realize that it's time for me to worry about me and not give a fuck about anybody else. Uh, I told some folks about this trip. I said, listen, so I'm not trying to be a dick when I say this, which means you're about to sound like a dick no matter what you do.
No
Uh,
offense.
no offense, but right, yeah, exactly. Not to be an asshole, but insert asshole here. Um,
Insert asshole.
insert asshole here. Insert
How do you
uh,
insert an asshole?
insert tongue into fart box here. Um, so I said, the thing is, I don't really care if anyone else. I said, I'm not really worried about anybody else on this trip. This trip is about me. This is my vacation. I'm spending the money. I'm taking the time. Yes, I'm going with other people. I said, and I will go out of my way to make sure that I don't do anything to fuck someone's time up or, cause anybody any grief. I said, but I'm not here to entertain anybody. I'm not here to, it's not my responsibility to make sure anyone else has a good time, or anything like that. And that's new for me. But that's kind of part of the catharsis of this anxiety and shit is that I'm starting to focus on myself, and it feels weird. It feels selfish, and it kind of feels like I'm being a dick, but I'm really not. I'm not trying to hurt anybody, but you can only, it's like a credit card, I can only spend so much until I'm out. And I think that's what I did. And I think a few months ago, it finally caught up with me. Buddy of ours made a comment about, I said, I don't understand why this has hit me after 25 years. And our buddy Robbie said, he said, because at some point your coping mechanisms, just aren't effective anymore. They just don't work anymore. He said, and your brain and your body let you know that it's done. As it was one of those things that it kind of came out of nowhere, and he was so fucking spot on with it that it was kind of a moment. I was like, wow, he's fucking right. So, and really, all he actually said was, "What is it? So just your friends and your friend." But I understood him because I've known Robbie for a while. So, if he's listening, I hope he finds that as funny as I did.
The
Not
thing
that big,
is,
big dude. He's got some big shoulders on him. I'm just saying.
the the way that he said it, I know it was like because at a certain point your coping mechanisms all fail, Dan. Anyway, you want to get some lunch or something?
Yeah, pretty much. We were just chit chatting,
Just
and yeah,
nonchalant, yeah.
right, he just lobs that little fucking nugget of existential.
Your brain is like blown now.
Yep, that was exactly how it happened. And then it was like, "Hey, have you checked out the new Steam sale?" God damn it, Robbie. But yeah, he was right, man. So and like I said, I've had good friends. Both of you guys have had a lot to do with keeping my fucking head on, and a lot of the folks I wheel with have been very supportive, which has been cool. There's been a lot of support, man, and it's really been interesting because, like I said, mental health, even even the way medical facilities treat mental health is really hit and miss. My sister said something that was kind of interesting. We were talking about um, uh, being abused without the bruises, and I think that's the thing about mental health is that nobody can see. You can't show them an X-ray and show them in your brain where your thing's broken. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the problem with it. If I had cancer or something like that, uh, no one, and I had a meltdown, or I said, "Hey man, I can't go because my cancer's fucking with me," or whatever. Nobody would say a fucking word.
So just
Um,
say that. Fuck it.
right? Just start telling people instead of anxiety, just tell them I've got fucking like stage 2 pancreatic cancer or some shit.
Yeah, and then just be like, oh, I was talking about like mental. Like mentally, this is a cancer on
It
me.
identifies my mental health issues identify as pancreatic cancer. So I like that. I might try start. I might
Woke medicine.
quote medicine. Jesus, I'm going to hell for so many reasons. Um,
I think you already had your ticket, man. You can stop. You've
Or
already
you
won
could
the prize.
you could
fucking
just tell people you
RSVP.
fucking hit your quota.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's
Why? I've hit my fucking quota. I,
yeah,
I mean, if you want to lay it out there and be honest, you don't have to be shitty about it, like a tongue punch in the fart box, but,
exactly.
you can just absolutely tell people, no, I don't feel like it right now. Not up to it. You have a good time. And then those people that keep going, you just tell them, no, I've hit my fucking quota. I'm done with you for the day.
You know what's funny is the people that keep going now, like that pisses me off. Like that legit fucking makes me mad now. Because you're disrespecting me. Like it's one thing to say, "Oh man, are you sure you don't want to go? Come on, man, let's go." Um, that's okay. And fuck, I think that's worked. I think you guys have done that to me time or two. I'll be like, hell, we've done it to each other. I mean, hit Adam up. Hey, you want to go get fucking Mediterranean up at Jerusalem? Nah, man, I'm good. 5 minutes later, have you left yet? Nope.
I've
I'll swing
convinced
by.
myself that I want to
Right?
go now.
So it's okay, but like Monday, I think it was one of the reasons I went is I wanted to do Black Bear Pass. But that Saturday, my friend Karen and I had gone up earlier, and we actually went to the top of Black Bear Pass, but we didn't go down into the pass. And I got burnt. I was dehydrated. I hadn't been eating right or sleeping. I woke up Sunday and I had a splitting fucking headache, like one of those where when you move, everything just shifts and hurts. And the thing about Black Bear is, if you look it up, it's like the most dangerous road in fucking Colorado and all that. It's not. It's not that it's dangerous. You gotta be paying attention, and if you fuck up, it's 1,000 foot straight down, right? And I was dying to go fucking do it, but my skull was killing me, and it was like that. That's a bad idea. So I hit up the group. I said, I don't feel good, guys. I can't do this. And it was okay. Feel better. That was it. Not another fucking word about it. And I did wind up getting up, and I met him down in Telluride, and we did imaging. But even trying to get down there, like I was confused all day. Like I kept forgetting stuff, and it was almost like a migraine, but not quite. But the point is that nobody gave me any shit about it. I never heard a fucking another word about it the rest of the trip. Nobody was like, "Oh, but you didn't do fucking Black Bear."
You big
Or anything.
fat fucking pussy.
Right, exactly. And it turned into that. But everyone was very respectful. And then the last day, um, that we were there the full day, I got up and I was just fucking exhausted. I had been sweating my goddamn balls off. I was tired. And I mean, I was sleeping in a camper, and a camper was really fucking cool. And I'm mad at Kara because now I'm seriously looking at small campers, but that's another story. Um, it totally changes the fucking narrative of camping, man. That's all I'm going to say. But it's still like a foam rubber mattress and etc. Right? And I was just tired. I was fucking beat. And I hit up the group. I said, guys, I'm just going to fucking chill here. And I wound up packing everything up because I knew yesterday it was going to be, get up, fucking rush to get everything packed. And then, with my friends, it was her camper and she was towing it. Her water pump went out. I was like, yeah, this is going to be tight in the morning. And we rolled out, checkout is 11, and we rolled out at like 11:07 with me already packed up. So I just hung out, packed up, then went up, and me and one of the other dudes fucking walked around Ouray for a while and made fun of people and looked at prostitutes and fucking just hung out. I had I had ice cream. We couldn't find anything open, and I was starving, and there was an ice cream place. I was like, "Fuck it, got some." Yeah, I know, right?
What a hearty meal
I
full of
mean,
sustenance.
it's got what plants crave. So we had ice cream, and then we met up with another of our buddy and his daughter, and we just happened to be standing in front of this restaurant. He goes, "Let's go in here, dude." This place, they had these magical chicken tenders with this magical fucking sauce. I had ribs, like everything was just really good. Really small menu. There was only like 8 things on the menu, but it was all really good, which I've always thought was kind of the sign of a good, like that the food's going to be good. You know what I mean? Like you got this chef or whatever, and he's like, "These are the 8 things I'm going to make. This is what we do." So we got done, and my buddy's daughter wanted ice cream, and I was like, "Yeah, so do I." So I went back and got a second helping of fucking ice cream. So if that tells you what my diet was like this week, it was that, and Kara left. Her Toyota, I think, is fucking possessed. She's had no issues with it until we started to plan for this trip, and we were trying to rewire a 7-pin. Well, that was last podcast Thursday. We were trying to do that, and I'm decent with electrical, and I couldn't figure it out. It was a fucking mess, and so the next day she got up and ran to the grocery store, and we're driving up there, and she's like, "Yeah, just for the record," she said, I got groceries, said, but it kind of looks like somebody gave a 16-year-old boy $100 and told him to buy road snacks." And she wasn't even fucking kidding, dude. Twizzlers, Doritos, 7-layer dip. Like I was cracking up going through this stuff, and she's like, "I told you, dude. I don't know." She said, "I was just there and I was grabbing stuff." So yeah, I ate horribly this week. It was pretty bad. So I just went to the grocery store and fucking dropped $200, dude. Fucking groceries are insane.
Yeah, it's not hard to do. You got like 2 things.
Yeah, exactly. I bought some fresh avocados and half gallon of milk. It's $198. So I did buy a lot of fruits and vegetables and meats because I don't think I ate any. I probably had like 6 grams of protein over the entire week last week. And yes, yeah, my face does look like it got hit with a pineapple at this point. So it's in rough shape. Oddly enough, that just reminded me, I haven't used my debit card all week. I used my credit card the whole time, for different reasons. And
your bank's going to call. Are you still alive?
I went to the grocery store and it was like $198. I pulled my debit card out and ran it through, and it said not approved. And that's weird. So I got my phone out, which is still pulling off that debit card, but I thought maybe the card's weird or something. Did Apple Pay, and it comes back not approved. Okay, I looked and I've got plenty of money in there, and so I used my credit card and it went through. But yeah, I was wondering if because I haven't used the card in like a week and a half, if it flagged
the bank's being passive aggressive now.
Oh, you want to use your?
So you're just going to ignore us now?
Well, but the irony is that my credit card is also through my bank. It's a Bank of America credit card, so they've got that. They've got my car loan. Those motherfuckers got me by the short and curlies, as the nuns say, before they get their fart box tongue punched by a priest.
I missed that part in Sister Act. I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, no, Whoopi was all about that tongue punching.
I didn't see that part.
Hey, where did they do the tongue punch again?
right in the fart box.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was always really confused about where the tongue punch was supposed to go.
That's not uncommon. There's a lot of wives' tales, a lot of myths about where the tongue punch goes. But it is square in the fart box. Yeah.
Mm.
Hey Dan, you gonna exist in Twink Coin?
In what? Twink coin?
Yes.
I have a feeling we're not talking about Twinkies either.
Well,
Is there
check
like
check your signal chat.
is there like a bear coin by some chance? Oh, yeah.
There's a bear coin, and then there's about to be an otter coin as well.
Twink coin. Oh wow, so yes, Hostess really made crypto themed Twinkies called Twink coin. I don't I don't think that
Someone didn't run that by PR before
they
they put that
think
out.
through. Okay, yeah, here's a Twitter comment from Molly White. When you have no queer people in the room when making decisions.
Literally, just a
Randy,
bunch of old white guys like, but kids love crypto.
Twink coin.
Yep.
Yeah, they didn't. I was thinking
Yeah,
young
bear coin coming soon.
bear coin, and those are the only two that I know is Twink and bear.
There's otter coin will be on its way.
I don't know what otter. I don't know what that is.
Yes, you got to get in the know, dude.
Yeah, I
You
know
got
what
to
a
get in the
twink
know.
is, and I know what a bear is. For those of you that don't know, a twink in the gay community, the gay men community, a twink is a young gay man, typically,
Smaller in stature.
yeah, kind of hairless that wants to be, full of white cream. And a bear is kind of what you would imagine the big, burly, hairy men. Um, I I get hit on when I was on the dating apps. I used to get hit on by gay men a lot. And someone
Doesn't
said
it say that you're straight in
it
your
does. It says
profile?
that I am straight and into women. But there was a chick that I swiped on. I thought she was cute, and I read her profile, but I didn't pay attention, I guess, and it said that she was queer. But I was like, well, then why did it match us? Like, or why did it run you across my view? So I don't know. I don't know how the algorithm works, but yeah,
We just want to
transgender.
make sure.
Yeah, are you
Tinder's like, are
sure?
you sure?
You sure, Dan? And I'm like, I went to college. It's all good. Um, but yeah, I ran that by somebody, and they a gay friend, a lesbian friend of mine, and she said, "Oh, it's the beard, dude." She said, "Yeah." She said, "You're what'd she say?" She made some comment about being like a baby bear or something like that. Because right, I'm 5'6".
A baby. All
Yeah,
these subgenres, I can't keep up.
right, exactly.
Would
So
you
because
be a
she's like, "You're a
baby bear, a teddy bear?
teddy bear." Yeah. Well, she said, "Well, because you're." She said, "You got that bear thing going." I said, "Sweetheart, I'm 5'6", 150 pounds." I said, I'm not a bear, nor am I a twink. And she said, "Well, you're like a baby bear." And I'm like, "Oh, Jesus Christ!" I was like, "I don't think that exists."
So an otter would just be like a large man, but not hairy.
Ah, okay. Oh, an otter because they look slick, and I
Yeah.
got you. All right,
Or
okay.
maybe you're like a badger because you don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you're a honey badger.
Dude, we were. Well, I was. I shouldn't say we because it was only me. I was cracking myself up. Um,
You and yourself.
I was giving people nicknames this weekend, and one of the guys we were trying to pull out of this staging area, and traffic's going, and this motherfucker just gets out in the middle of traffic and stops and lets us all out. And I was like, this dude, I'm gonna start calling him Honey Badger because he obviously do not give a fuck. So named one guy Wildflower. One of the chicks is Black Bear Mistress. Yeah, I was cracking myself up. It was ridiculous, but yeah, I think everyone should go to like Uray or those areas and check it out.
I'm
But
gonna take my Corolla and go down Black Bear Pass. What do you think?
from what I'm told, you probably could make it. So except for one spot, so where there's some steps, but beyond that, yeah, you ought to
But
do it. Get the
but that
notoriety.
means I can't make it,
Yeah, yeah, you can make it.
except for one spot.
Except for one spot, you can make it, right? Yeah,
So that
yeah.
means I get to that spot and then I just turn my car around, right, and then go
No,
back.
no, it's one way. You can't do that.
Yeah, I
That's
can just do
no.
a
You
little
can't do that.
3-point turn on the.
Yeah, Yeah,
on
there's
the 2
two.
foot
There's two
wide.
switchbacks. You got to do a three. You got to do the 3 point turns, and then when you get into the steps, we'll just hook you up to a.
You just
We'll just winch
drag
you.
me up.
Yeah, we'll just winch you down it. Yeah, we got this, dude. Yeah, and you can paint. You can paint your rap name like on top of the hood. So we'll do a publicity stunt. I like this idea, dude. The guy
What
can
is
crash.
up, guys? It's your boy going down
It's
Black Bear Pass in my fucking Corolla. Be sure to like and subscribe.
Black Bear Adam. Fuck yeah, I like this plan. Please like and subscribe because
And
I'm
if I
going to
roll it
be
down the fucking mountain, that's extra publicity.
I'm going to need a new Corolla after this, so please like and subscribe.
I got a Kickstarter for my new Corolla
My
payment.
new Corolla. It's a Toyota Corolla TRD. Um,
God.
it says so. I got behind a guy on the way there. I don't know if this was a Honda or what, but he had a Mercedes emblem on it. And
Mm.
then in like vinyl leathering, it said like G28 or whatever. I don't know the designations for those things, but I recognized it as being a Mercedes model. And I'm like, brah, who are you trying to fool here, man? I hope that's ironic. I hope it's for the lulz. You know what I mean? Like,
Haha, I got you. I was doing it ironically.
right. I swear to God, I hope so. Because if not, like the douchebag award this year goes to him. Um, but yeah, you had that guy, remember, that crashed the plane like last year or something, turned out to be a publicity stunt. He was a YouTuber and
Oh,
an extreme
yeah.
sports YouTuber or something, and he winds up dipping. And all of these pilots, like, guys that are in the know, were pointing out certain things. And this one woman was like, it is kind of curious that he was already
Yeah.
strapped into a fucking
A
parachute.
parachute. Yeah, I remember that.
She's like, I fly that model of plane like daily. And she's like, I've never once strapped a fucking parachute on, that would be kind of uncomfortable.
Just to
So
fly in, yeah.
yeah, just to fly. And he put it like into the mountains or something. And I think
That's
the
got to be
FAA,
illegal, dude.
yeah, the FAA went after his ass and they started pulling logs and going through the wreckage and everything.
They pulled the black box and they heard him say, "Dude, here's the part where I'm about to crash it. Watch this."
Right? YOLO, yeah, there's people that, I mean, that's just fucking dumb. But yeah, we definitely should roll your Corolla over the mountain.
Yeah, 100%.
I think that's totally different. Um, totally,
Yeah, I don't
totally.
think they'll be mad. I don't think Recovery will be mad at me.
Nah, man. We were joking about how many fucking horse skeletons and human skulls are at the bottom of those fucking cliffs. So that's what they all were at one time. Were like wagon trails, and like fuck, dude, I can barely take a modern, modified 4-wheel drive over these, and these motherfuckers took wooden wheels and horses. Like,
That is kind of scary.
oh man, I assume that in certain spots where it's flat, it's from the weight of their testicles just dragging the rocks, and then over time it just sort of flattened them out.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's probably, yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
If you wanted to be a rebel, you could get yourself like a $500 moped. And, I'm just saying,
Right.
I mean, if you really want to shit on the community, I don't
Right.
think a Corolla is enough.
No, and the truth
I
be
need to go
known,
down in a Vespa.
and you probably could do it on a moped or vest, something light enough that if you got it stuck like on the steps, you
You
could
just pick it up.
wiggle it down. Yeah, so a moped would be fucking perfect.
Exactly.
That's not a bad idea, man. As
Put him in a little
publicity stunt.
goober looking half helmet,
Yep.
Hey.
Yep. No, I'd go full, dude. I'd do
Yeah.
at-gat. I'd do at-gat, man. All the gear, all the time. So I'd have like Alpine fucking body armor and the whole 9 yards. Shoeing
Racing
helmet.
boots on.
Oh yeah, absolutely on a moped. So
Full
that does
face.
remind me. There's a dude. We stopped at a gas station and I was coming out, and he's walking in, and he's an old guy. He's got the bandana like tied around his head like a sweatband, big old white beard, and looks like a biker. And his shirt says, "Rules for dating my daughter," and then it just says, "You can't." And he's with this girl who's kind of emo. She's got like a pixie cut, and a little necklace is hanging on her shirt, and she's on her phone. And I was like, weird combination here. And as I walked past my Jeep, there is a Vespa or something similar to it sitting in the spot next to my Jeep. And as I was leaving, he got on it with a case of Natty Light, and she got on the back. And he was easily close to 60, and she was probably about 17 or 18. And my description doesn't do it justice. It really doesn't. But here you had this old dude with the shirt, this young girl on the back of a moped,
Well, you
carrying a
can't date his
Natty
daughter because she's already taken.
because she's already taken. Yes, yes.
Natural Light, the official beer of domestic violence.
See, I told you we should write jingles. We're good at this.
I think they should come like the case of Natty Light should come with like a drywall patching kit.
And a police report.
I like the drywall patch. That's good. Or like a coupon on the inside for Lowe's or Home Depot that,
Yeah.
20% off all drywall patching kits. So, all right. Well, with that, I do believe we are done, ladies and gentlemen.